All right, so this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a while now, and I've just not gotten around to it until now for some reason. But I've noticed that like a lot of women's body standards, I've is that like they're like the women's body standards that are promoted in the fashion industry, in modeling, in Hollywood, seem to be designed to mimic the characteristics of a child, right? So if we list off the characteristics that are deemed to be attractive, quote unquote, you have like the big Bambi eyes, you have the round baby face, you have the tiny weak frail body, right? Which is like the, oh, you have to be skinny as possible, right? Like Ariana Grande, right? You have like the whole like high pitched voice, like, oh my god, senpai, right? Like the whole anime girl shit, as well. Yeah, you also have that, and you also have like one of the main things that I notice as well is that like a lot of like the quote unquote, like the behavior that is considered to be quote unquote hot in the movies is usually meant to mimic the low IQ and like the gullibility of a child, which is like the whoopsie daddy, I spilled my drink. Won't you help me out? Like that kind of like behavior is also something that is sort of pushed and sort of promoted, in the movies and in the media as like, oh, that's quote unquote hot behavior. Like that's like it's quote unquote hot for a woman to do that, right? And specifically, like I've noticed, like in a lot of like Asian countries, I think this is like an Asian thing too, which is like having like a super round like baby face, like a panda face, and having like artificially big eyes. Like this almost like prey eyes or something like that. Those are characteristics that are ripped straight from like infants, which is like really creepy and really weird. And if you look at the people who run Hollywood, right? It sort of makes sense that these would be like the standards that they would push, that these would be like the things that they would promote as like as like the pinnacle of health, as not the pinnacle of health, but like the pinnacle of beauty is to have like a skinny frail body, to be like return the slab. Right? If you've watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, it's like return the slab or suffer my curse. Right? It's like the crypt keeper physique, which is it's just really off putting to me, right? Right, but on top of that, you see that like a lot of, and here's the thing about like the whole like skinny frail body. Like ever since I was a little kid, I've noticed that was like a little weird. Because like anytime I would go to the mall with my parents, anytime I would see like because you know how like there's like the Victoria's Secret or whatever, or like they have like like the J.C. Penney's, and they have like the underwear models posing or whatever. Anytime I saw that, I'd be like, damn, you gotta eat something. Like anytime I would see that, I would be like, it would just like weird me out. Like, why do you have like a visible rib cage? Like that's not I've never seen the appeal to it. I've never seen the appeal to like the whole like the whole like yet again the crypt keeper physique, like the mummy physique, just coming out of the tomb. Right, I've never seen the appeal to that. But and like another creepy thing that I noticed too when it comes to like modeling or whatever is that I noticed that like a lot of models like in the commercials, like I've seen this sometimes in like the the ads before YouTube videos. I've seen this like where they'll put themselves, they'll pose in the fetal position, like they'll pose in like the fetal position, they'll make themselves look like a fetus, which is very creepy to me. I see a lot of like models like in commercials where like they're doing like makeup commercials or whatever, like they'll do like the whole fetal position, which to me is creepy. Right, but I've just really noticed that, and specifically I noticed this, like this is the thing that comes from like anime also, like which is like you have like the whole you have the character that looks like a 6-year-old little girl, but like, oh, trust me, she's actually a 3,000-year-old tree goddess. Okay, like it's like that kind of stuff is also prevalent in the media and like in the mainstream, right? But I think that I remember watching like I don't I think it was like one of the Michael Keaton Batman movies with like Catwoman in it, and I think like Catwoman was like, oh my gosh, like the newspaper said that Catwoman's 140. Ugh. Like I'd be dead if I was 140, right? Like she said like 140 as if 140 like 140 pounds is like an insult, like as if that's like a pig or something. Like 140, like 140, I'd be dead if I was 140. I'm 190. I'm 5'8". I'm 190. Right, I run routinely. I run every day or almost every. Some days I take breaks if I'm especially fatigued, but like I jog a lot. And as a guy, like I weigh like 190. If I was 140, I'd be like dead. I'd be like I wouldn't be able to function, right? And so that whole, and this is something that I've also seen like in a lot of Hollywood movies, was like they'll use like the insult, like they'll use like, oh, you have a fat ass as like an insult. Like aren't fat asses good? Then maybe this is just me. Maybe this is just me being weird, but I like curves. because I'm a guy. I like curves on a woman. Okay, I don't want, yeah, I don't want a crypt keeper physique that looks like I could like snap her in half by like breathing too hard. Okay, I want curves. I want fertility. Okay, peak fertility is curves, and that's what happens to a woman's body after puberty. After puberty, like the skeleton shape changes, and you get curves. Right, same thing. Well, if you look at like whenever a guy goes through puberty, like we get like the broader shoulders, we get like the deeper voice, we get like we more like muscle mass. We get like that sort of like V taper, And so for women, like that, like women go through puberty too. Whoa, this is like big news, big revelation. And so this whole idea of like taking a grown ass woman and trying to project essentially a bunch of childlike characteristics. Well, yet again, the skinny, frail body, the high pitched voice, the round baby face, the big eyes, the and yet again, like behaving like a child, like being like trying to mimic the low IQ, the gullibility, the impressionability, the whole like like the frontal lobe hasn't developed yet. Like trying to mimic that is also something that you see a lot in movies, which is like the, oh whoopsie, won't you help me, daddy? I'm a helpless, I'm a damsel in distress. Or like that kind of like behavior is just so fucking creepy to me, man. And I don't like it, but that's just a really quick video, just outlining a pattern that I noticed when it comes to women's body standards, and it makes sense because you have like like these Harvey Weinstein, Dan Schneider creeps. These are like the rich people, like the rich creeps that go to the islands. Okay, like these are the people that are running, the industries where they show like a lot of these quote unquote supermodels, right? But yeah, that's the video.